In this episode of Detroit Performs, a Southwest Detroit organization provides youth and community arts and dance education. Detroit school kids find a recreational pastime and a love for an old game. And be inspired by art teachers who truly care about the children around them. It's all ahead on this edition of Detroit Performs.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs, MGM Grand Detroit, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm DJ Oliver and welcome to Detroit Performs. Today, we're celebrating organizations and programs that provide youth with an opportunity to become immersed in the arts. I am at the Live Coal Gallery, which not only collects exhibits and sells works from local artists, but also provides hands-on arts experience for children. Our first segment focuses on the Southwest Detroit organization Living Arts, where teachers are not only instructing children in everything from dance to editing a video, but also instilling confidence. Let's see what these kids can do.
Skills you learn through the arts are so transferable, especially when they're taught by a really invested, caring adult.
They're going to be making art in the future, so how cool is it to be able to get in there early on and start looking and sharing with them who have been contemporary artists from around the world.
The mission of Living Arts is to strengthen the youth and neighborhoods of Detroit through dance education, arts-infused academics, and community arts programs that spark the imagination and foster learning through the arts.
In general in Detroit, I hear from a lot of kids that they don't have art programs. So this is an opportunity for them to just be creative and to be creative in a really supportive space.
It's really important that there's a program like Living Arts right here in Southwest Detroit. More well-resourced areas can still afford the art teachers, but in Detroit that's not necessarily the case. And we think it's really important that youth get to have this choice right in their home neighborhood. Our out-of-school programs are located here at the Ford Resource and Engagement Center at the Mexican Town Mercado. And thanks to great support from the Ford Motor Company Fund, Living Arts moved in to provide dance and multidisciplinary arts programming.
3, 4, head snakes up. 5, 6, 7, 8, front plie.
We offer dance to ages 3 through adult. And by dance, we have tap, jazz, ballet, modern, and hip hop, break dance, and karate. Then for the other art forms, we have drawing and painting, kind of the more regular visual arts. Then there's media arts, we have video animation, we have songwriting, recording, digital photography. No one is turned away for lack of funds. We do charge a modest tuition, but we offer steep discounts and partial to full scholarships so that everybody can participate. And the vast majority of participants are from Southwest Detroit, but as our in-school programs spread out throughout the city, we're seeing a lot of other Detroiters from other neighborhoods participate. We've also always had a healthy bunch of suburbanites come in because they're seeking really high quality dance and arts instruction, and they found us. We have, I think it's about 10 dance instructors, and then we also, in addition to that, have about 17 more multidisciplinary arts instructors who teach in school, and some of them also teach here out of school.
I'm a part of Spread Art, and we are teaching a multimedia class here. And this one is multimedia just as a general introduction. So we cover photo and video, including video mixing a little bit, and Photoshop and editing of photos, a little bit of editing of video and capturing, and then also mixing it all together. The thing for me that's been most interesting is how much the kids are bringing their own personal experience, whether it's, you know, a love of video games or a love of their cat or a love of a particular TV show or whatever else, and really integrating it into the conversation that's happening here and integrating it into their own work. They're super creative, and so I have to say it like totally sparks my own creativity. I look at the world differently when I see how they're taking photos and questions that they ask.
It's important for youth to have an organized arts program to come to. not just random experiences that they might figure out themselves, primarily because of the dedicated adults that develop caring relationships with the youth and cultivate their skills. We see our teachers as youth mentors.
It's critically important that from a young age, individuals are supported to find confidence in their own work and their own vision and creative voice, because often that's not what they'll receive out in the world otherwise. For me, I'm excited to be able to foster their creativity and really come up with a supportive environment where what they see as correct is correct, and help kids grow up with an experience where it's like, if you think that a photo that's traditionally called overexposed is how you see the world and that's the photo for you, live it, breathe it, believe it.
They learn the self-confidence as well as the discipline to bring something from just an idea all the way to the final product, whether it's performance or the video they get to show their family and friends out of their video animation class.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be like, yeah, follow your intuition and see where it leads you, and what you bring out is important to the world. The world needs to hear what it is in terms of the way you see things or you want to share things. So I think it's important for them individually. It's important for all of us down the road. We need people communicating in various ways and sharing their experience, and so this can be an opportunity among hopefully many to find space that's really supportive for however wacky the ideas may be.
I still cry during the Southwest Dance Showcase because I see kids who come in really tentative, might not even be sure they could stay for the length of an entire dance class or art class, and then at the showcase they're on stage performing proudly. And sometimes this is against a lot of big odds, whether it's family difficulty or difficulties at school. This is a place they can come and take pride in what they do, and teachers have realistic expectations and support and scaffold them to learn art skills. And we really find that the art skills they learn here affect their school performance too. We give surveys to students and parents, and very often there's feedback that, wow, not only can my child now tap, she now is really much more confident in school and helps out around the house more. And there's just a really, it radiates out. Our goal is not necessarily that every child becomes a professional artist, whether it's dancer or any other art form. But our goal is for each child's imagination to be sparked, their self-confidence, their leadership, and that they discover abilities and skills that they'll apply to the rest of their life, for the rest of their lives.
You can find out more about Living Arts Detroit and all the artists you'll see here on DetroitPerforms.org. I am in the Cole Kids Room at the Live Cole Gallery, where kids can walk in and create their very own beautiful works of art. Next up, Detroit school students are finding passion in an old game as they come together to compete and socialize while playing chess at the Detroit City Chess Club.
Kids love to compete, and they love to show you and to prove to you that they can do well. To see a bunch of kids sitting down playing chess on a Friday night when they can be doing other things, playing sports or just at home doing videos, the fact that they're here and they're excited. You can walk out there now and see how excited they are just to be here to play.
On a Friday night, the kids could be doing anything, and so they're here, they're learning, they're engaged, and they're thinking, and it's a great end of the week detox for the family as well. It's in a museum, it's beautiful.
I've seen a lot of kids grow within chess. One of the peripherals that chess does that a lot of educators forget is self-esteem. Because if a kid's self-esteem is high, they're going to want to come to school. They're going to want to improve their grades. And that's happened with all the kids that I've had.
Most sports, you just have to use your body, train stuff. With chess, you just got to train your mind, and your mind can take you a lot of places where your feet can't go.
Their confidence levels have increased because they're not intimidated by age, by racial dynamics, by social class, and they just play the game.
It's important because it develops their ability to understand how to get from point A to point B to point C. And when they have that ability, they now know how to manage to solve problems within English, math, science.
It kind of helps me in math because the chess pieces are worth stuff and you have to count them up.
The inner city kids are sometimes misjudged by things that happen in the news media that sometimes they're all bad. We have kids in the inner city that do have some positive ways of achieving things, and they are willing to be educated and willing to do better than what is the perception.
Because they're not always playing chess, but they always adapt and use those skills from the game in real life. I've definitely seen improvements in science and math for the kids. I've seen them make better life choices, you know, where they think through and they come and talk to us. So I like that aspect, to see the children grow beyond the board and into real life.
I have to make it fun. I mean, that's the first thing, because I'm an educator first. I'm a chess coach second. And I think there's probably all the coaches in the city are better than me in terms of playing chess, but I think what my gift is being able to convey it to the kids and to motivate the kids to want to do well and to want to compete at a high level.
Coach Fife has just been marvelous with these kids. And when we go out of state to these tournaments, and the camaraderie of competing and winning is so overwhelming. It's like your heart pour out to these kids to help them more.
It's like a club where you got your friends, and then you have chess, and that's great because you got the game you love to play, got all the friends that you love, and just play.
To find out more about the Detroit City Chess Club and all of the other Detroit Performs artists, art events, and art programs, head to DetroitPerforms.org. Next up, let's check out some upcoming events happening in and around this community. To discover more events in Greater Detroit, visit ixity.com. A group of Philadelphia art teachers are making sure kids are getting exposed to art inside and outside the classroom. They have formed Fresh Artists, a nonprofit organization that introduces children to art in a fresh new way.
Fresh Artists is a nonprofit that was started in Philadelphia in 2008. And it was started because we saw something broken, something that needed to be fixed.
Please excuse the interruption. Art will be held in the classroom.
Art being challenged and removed, supplies being removed from the shelves of the public schools in Philadelphia, and we saw teachers being stressed with the lack of resources.
Everything is on Fish Station for you. I was lucky to have a school that really wanted to have art making in their school. Here we go. All the painters sit together if you're at that stage so that they can share the same materials. To make kids creative. The only thing that we focus on right now is reading, math, and science. But what my principal, Mr. Evans, and our leadership team really focus on is that there are other things, and kids have to be creative, because if they're not, then they're unable to do other things, because they're constantly searching for what's the right answer instead of what are all of the possibilities and what are all of the right answers.
We had just done a big project to decorate the 440 North Broad Street, which is the headquarters of the School District of Philadelphia. Instead of framing small pieces of children's art and putting it on the wall in a predictable way, we came up with an idea of digitizing the art, taking a really, really high resolution photograph and blowing the things up really huge. We decorated the whole building, 850,000 square feet. One day we realized, what about starting a nonprofit so that if children would donate the use of these beautiful images, we would go to big corporations and businesses and ask them for donations. We would take the donations and pour the money directly into art supplies and innovative art programs in the city. Then we would give the people who made the donations art for their walls.
Cooks?
Yes, yes.
Repeat after me. We are.
We are.
The French Laundry.
The French Laundry.
And we are.
And we are.
The best.
The best.
And we.
And we.
Act like it.
And we act like it.
Cooks? I've worked at Southwest Leadership Academy for about a year, and actually teachers always need a second job. I've been working in Philadelphia's restaurant industry for about 11 years. I work at Zahav as a food runner, and I work at Pub and Kitchen as a server. And I came up with this idea that I wanted kids to be able to experience what going to a restaurant feels like, and that culture of sitting down and having a great meal. So I approached Barbara and Fresh Artists to say, I have this really weird idea. I want to have my kids understand the connection between still life and food.
Mini Masterpieces is a very interesting program where we take kids into museums to look at masterpieces. Then they create a masterpiece of their own.
The Fresh Artists Collaborative Palettes to Palettes is really a huge project that goes in 4 phases. Phase 1 is the students going to the Barnes Foundation to study still life and food. Now, if you're going to break this part down into a basic shape, what would it be? Phase 2 is for the students to go to the restaurants and have still life set up by world-class photographers, Michael Persico and Susan Beard. Eat with the chefs, meet the chefs, and have the chef's signature dish. Phase 3 is the students coming back to Southwest Leadership Academy and making art for about 2 to 3 months based on the still life that they saw at their restaurants.
Small square tables. The walls were beautiful because that was my favorite color, blue. The tables were set really nicely. Behind the tables, they had our project that we were supposed to draw. It was called Duck L'Orange. On the plate, it had the duck, Brussels sprouts, and black garlic on the sides. At first, I was pretty nervous on what colors to add, so I asked my teacher, Ms. Watson, what colors, and she told me that I needed to go with some warm colors and some cool colors. So for my background, I used a cool color. And I used that color because it makes the images pop.
Running a classroom like a kitchen operates on French military systems of organization. So when I say cooks, it's yes, chef, or if you're in the military, it's yes, sir, very immediately. It's that system of respect, the system of hierarchy. I have chef de cuisines who are 2 people that can walk around the classroom and get things for other people. They know where everything is. I have sous chefs who are table captains and who take care of, really picking up for others that, do slack in terms of cleanup. And then everyone else is a line cook that is generally constantly working at a quiet intensity of we work hard, we work clean, and we work fast, and we're producing artwork. And if you want to be a doctor, you got to be an intern. And if you want to be a lawyer, you got to, push file paper everywhere. There's a start to everything, and even in my classroom, I hope that they learn that something is a start to something greater.
I went to Sprague. The chef that I met was Kevin Sprague. I was very, very shocked that I was going to be standing in front of him at the time. but it was a good experience to be there. Kevin expressed his thoughts about what it is as far as space and timing and pace matching in the kitchen. Yeah, and then we had a tour around the actual restaurant, and then we were seated to start our drawing of the food that was being placed in front of us.
Once the class is finished with the artwork, then we will take the artwork to the chefs. Each chef will pick their choix de chef, the chef's choice. Those pieces will be rescanned, and we will start to produce that large image in our workshop at Fresh Artists. There will be a big community art show at the school in June. We've been invited to bring some of the community that has supported DIVA and Fresh Artists in the city, led by Gary Stoyer, the mayor's cultural officer, to a party at Le Bec Fin, which will occur in June, and where the entire body of the project will be shown.
Whoa, that looks so much nicer.
Look.
Wow. That looks so nice.
Look at this.
That looks beautiful.
Isn't it interesting when it blows up? It's so different, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is real empowerment when you take this in tomorrow.
People feel very powerless sometimes being a teacher in Philadelphia, especially at this time. And I feel like Fresh Artists and the restaurant industry, they really have my back. So I feel very powerful in a somewhat, I would say, powerless situation.
To find out more about the Fresh Artists and all of the other artists featured here today, visit the Detroit Performs website. And that wraps it up for this edition of Detroit Performs. As always, for more arts and culture, head to DetroitPerforms.org, where you'll find featured videos, blogs, and information on upcoming arts events. Also, check us out on Facebook and Twitter. I'd like to thank the Live Coal Gallery for having us out here today and invite you to come check out this vibrant and dynamic museum for yourself, which is dedicated to having a large, permanent art collection by Detroit youth and local artists. Until next Tuesday, get out there and show the world how Detroit performs, y'all. I am DJ Oliver. Thanks for watching, guys.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs, MGM Grand Detroit, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.